really, really, really cold. And that was when it was really hard on our community. We went out with our homeless outreach, bringing people in from those really, really cold nights. And we learned, wait a minute, let's not have this be such an emergency, because it's bound to happen again where we get very, very dangerously death cold. And so we're going to have a pop-up emergency shelter where we've got beds ready so we can take everyone inside for those days.
Well, Sam has worked as a social worker for mental health for years. Do you see that there's been it seems like there's such a decline in low-income housing in our maybe across the nation, but especially here?
Well, I think it trickles down. I think when housing prices got really high, maybe those folks that could have afforded a house now are at this level of housing. And so what we used to see for our folks that was such a blessing was like those hotels that shut down, that were rented long term. Those are gone now. But even the ones that still exist may be occupied now with someone who has a little more means than our folks do. So eventually, hopefully as things kind of even out, that those will become more available for some of our folks.
I remember when my mom lived with me, we just looked at an apartment where it was for seniors low-income housing. It was maybe just take 1/4 or whatever of your income, whatever your income was.
Yeah.
Those kinds of houses.
Yes.
I don't see that very much.
There's apartments, complexes and stuff that do have that, but it's long waiting lists, they're full. Yeah, not as much.
How far along are they at the old Miami?
Oh, I think they're just barely starting.
Barely starting.
Yeah, and I don't believe that will be affordable.
How far along are they?
And I don't believe that will be affordable. A lot of things that we say it's affordable, well, we need to ask, well, how much? Not just say, what is affordable? How much?
Yeah, that's why I say low income or no income. I mean, we have to realize that if people have mental health crises, their whole job should be getting well. And, when you if they don't have insurance or can't get on disability, Social Security disability or whatever for a few months to get a little bit of cash coming in to help feed them and sustain them. I mean,
Most of the folks that we serve at the Warming Center are ill. And until they have the support that they need, we can't just put them in a house. That would not be successful. They've got to have those supportive services in that house. So we could have a lot of houses out there, and that's not going to solve the Warming Center's problem. Not that those houses aren't needed. We definitely do need more. But we need the services so that people can be successful. Yeah. Was there another question back here? Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that you have people come in to help in specific areas. What is one of the areas in terms of SSI or financial help for the people? What percentage of people that are coming to the homeless shelter are on SSI or have some kind of a regular, irregular income?
Yeah. We have people who are on disability, but also people who are on retirement. Our biggest population of growth has been the elderly. Last year, we were going to the Veterans Food Pantry because they have like the medical equipment, and we were having to get walkers, and I never thought I'd have to do that, but we did, because our biggest increase in population has been the elderly on a very fixed income. Yeah. Well, I thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity, and I thank you for what your church already does. We always invite you to do more, but I always want to thank you for what you're already doing, and let's just continue to change the narrative in our community. That our motto is we take care of each other in the Flathead, and I still believe that's very true. But our narrative in our community needs to go back to loving our neighbors. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. Next week we'll have Karen Sconnard for the final session. feel free to hang out, and I bet Tanya has maybe like 5 more minutes that we'll take up her time. All right, thank you.